Hey guys, welcome to the session. My name is Prashant. I'm a lead GenAI developer working at Royal Bank of Canada, and I do have around 15 years of experience in the software industry. I have worked in many roles, like I started my career as a Java developer, then I transitioned from Java developer to data scientist, where I was working as a data scientist in machine learning, the Python. And then a couple of years back, I moved to GenAI side. So I did worked in many companies, multinational companies, starting with Polaris, Infosys, TCS, Accenture, Oracle, and Vectorflow. It's a startup, and right now I'm working in ABC as a GenAI developer. So coming to my teaching background, like I see a teacher with a passion. Like 6 years back, I was teaching Java. Then once I moved to data science field, and then started teaching machine learning, data science, Python in multiple institutes. And
There is a bunch of ways where I could start this course, Generative AI. I can start with the hype saying that technology is everything. And as a developer, I can relax now because it is taking care of everything now. Or I can start with the criticism saying that beware of AI because it's wrong, it's biased, it's unreliable. Or I could show you something like this. News headlines about all the jobs it's going to destroy. But I could show you other headlines about the jobs it's going to create. There are reasons to be anxious about this, and there are many reasons to be optimistic about this technology. I'm not creating the confusion, I'm just taking the first step towards clarity. There are very valid reasons for all this hype and all this criticism. Let's try to understand what's the point of any generative AI. Is that we provide instructions to it in the form of prompt, that means as a simple sentence, and it generates brand new content and provide as a response. Let's try to understand this point practically with a small Python code.
before doing this example, I have done a small setup. Of course, I will be helping you in each step in further sessions, starting from installation of IDE, working with the dependencies, and how to set up the environment. Everything in each step I will have a separate session, and will spend a lot of time on that, because that enables you to explore the features of LLMs. And coming to this example, I do have a wrapper Python file, Olama chat, and which I have written some user-defined functions on top of LLM calls. And for this demo, I will just use it with the import. And so basically, the first method ask llama. Let me comment this out. Yeah. So first method is ask llama. Like basically, it will take input from the user and it will provide me the response. How GenAI works, right? So in order to explain that, I'm using this Python code. So it is taking the instructions from the user. That means me. Like let me ask, like, who are you? So this is the prompt I'm given to the Olama LLM, and it is processing with the patterns it has been trained with and provided the answer. Like I'm an artificial intelligence model known as Llama, and yeah. So basically, this is a simple prompt feeding in, and it is giving me the response. Now there will be question for you guys, this I can do it from web browser itself, like why I need IDE, why I need Python, everything, right? Yeah, of course. So basically, interacting LLMs via code will enable us in automate many stuff. Slowly we'll understand what I mean automate many stuff. So we can add in many features, whereas if we go web-based websites, right, either it can be ChatGPT or Llama or Google Bard, like Microsoft Copilot, anything, like where there is the limited functionality, that where you key in a chat and it will provide the response. On top of it, if you want to build some logic, that is not possible in that websites, right? So that is where the Python will give more capability. So I do have a kid called Akhil. So I want to tell him a story. So for that I do have a wrapper class. On top of this Ask Llama, I just added some more functionality, that just the prompt engineering aspect, where I have tweaked the chat, and now it gonna respond me with a story. Let me run this. Now first it is the prompting, like what is the story theme. I can give any story theme, not only these examples. Let me give unicorn, because kids are fascinated about unicorn. So I just gave the unicorn, and now LLM gonna generate me a story with unicorn, and it included my son's name as well. Akhil the little rabbit had a big dream, wanted a real unicorn someday, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So this is how the LLM interaction will be. How we want to. It is up to us, like how to play with the behavior of LLM. So let me add more functionality on top of it. So first is we just gone ahead with the simple prompt and response, and the second thing is we have added some more functionality to have a storyteller LLM, right? So on top of it, like, let me add one more functionality where it will take input from the speaker, and it's a voice based LLM.
What's the theme of the story? Like space, jungle, or magic?
Dragon.
Akhil's Dragon Adventure. Akhil's best friend, a silly dragon named Lola, lived in the sky. One day, Akhil found her a shiny new toy. I want to play.
I hope you got it. Like in the earlier use case, it was where I key in with the keyboard. Now I'm given the input as a voice based command. And also the response, earlier it was printing at the here, printing at the console, and now it is printing as well as it is reading it for me. I have added this more extra functionality with the help of simple code, which we gonna, I mean, there are not only this, there are many capabilities of LLMs which we can build a beautiful products out of it. So if I want to talk about ideas, right, there are many, like GenAI has given us the capability to build anything which was not possible earlier. I can build a personal assistant in my car. I can build a personal assistant for my kid in her toy, right? I can build this a small application, and I can put it in the toy, which it will be a personal. It can, the kid can ask a story to the toy, and the toy will respond with a story. So with simple steps of coding, we can build a beautiful products out of it. So this is the capability I just want to showcase in a small example. Of course, like there are the helper class has much code. We'll get into this helper class in depth during the course, and we'll be building beautiful projects, real-time projects, because I do work for wealth asset management, where every day we solve many problems in the share market, and we can take one of the aspect and we can solve. During the course, we'll be doing as a hackathons and project building, where I will be dividing the people into teams, and each team will be working on one solution, and we can have a competition as well. So these, and also I'm planning to bring some guest speakers who can bring in more knowledge, to add on more knowledge to us. So all the guests which I'm going to bring is from GenAI world, who are working in very big organizations, and they're gonna be talking about the future of AI, and also what are the current technologies, how technology is solving the problems, right? That gives more conviction for us, which is very much important for us to boost, to increase interest in us, right? Yeah. Based on the example which we saw, we understood how LLM works, but how the llama is able to respond to my question, my prompt, how it is able to tell a story based on the prompt, because these LLMs are trained with huge data. If I talk about text-based Gen AI applications. So these are trained with millions of text pages. It can be books, PDFs, documents, blogs, feeds, articles, scientific papers, many resources. And if I talk about image based, how it gonna transform sketches to real images. These image based Gen AI applications are trained with millions of images, photographs, illustrations, diagrams, and many more. As I was saying, LLM, so how it is able to understand, able to respond, what it is actually, what is the magic behind this. So basically, we do have the magician name is nothing but a model. So if it is text-based Gen AI, then we call it as LLM, large language model. If it is image-based and video-based application, then we call, of course, these are also large models, but not language. These will be called as foundation models. Building these LLMs is not that easy. It needs very much computational power and a huge amount of access of data and a lot of time we need to spend. That's where the LLMs have come with a date till what date it has been trained with. And one more important thing which we need to understand is these Gen AI applications are not database driven. That means if I talk about SQL database, if I write a query, it will look into the based on the conditions which I have provided in the where condition, it will look into the tables and provide me the output. This is not how it works. Gen AI will not store any data, will learn the patterns and will store the patterns. Let me give an example so that it will be very much understandable. So let's suppose I have given a huge amount of documents to the LLM to learn. Based on the data present in it, it might find certain pattern. As we can see, there is a pattern in this few documents where it was a dark and stormy night has been repeated, right? So this is the statement, this is the pattern which LLM has identified and it is gonna store in it. If I ask a prompt or question, right, what will be the blank? I mean, what will be the next word after the stormy? Then LLM gonna be guessing as night because that is the pattern it has stored with. Let's suppose if I have asked the question saying that this phrase is available in which and all resources, which and all documents, LLM will not be able to respond because it is not storing the content, all the documents. It will just understand the patterns out of the huge data and store the patterns. I hope this clears a bit. Of course, there are more things we need to get into deep in understand all this stuff. We'll in each session we'll take very small item and we'll discuss more in upcoming sessions.
This course is for the people who are very much enthusiastic to learn the new technology and want to travel along with this technology growth. And there is no prerequisite for this course, just a laptop with internet connection and a lot of passion.
As there is no prerequisite for this course, everything taught from the scratch. We'll start from the basics like the basic Python IDE, how to install and how to set up the LLM environment, and what are prompts and what is Gen AI and some of the Python related concepts. Then we'll go into the intermediary course, something like machine learning, data science, NLP things, how deep learning works, RNN, CNN, and the major thing is like evaluation metrics. It is not important, of course, like it is very much important to build an application. At the same time, the same importance has to be there to evaluate the application, how effective our solution is, right? So evaluation metrics also is important, so that also will be touching base a lot. And also like we'll be mostly looking in the industry level standards as a product based companies what they expect as a Gen AI developer, what are the capabilities he has to have from the perspective of Python, from the perspective of Gen AI, from the perspective of data science mindset, right? So all those stuff like FastAPI, Poetry, Pydantic, all these technical terms we'll be learning, and we'll be jumping into Gen AI concepts like LLM world, how vector database works, how embedding models, what are the embedding models we have, and how these works, and how to optimize the prompts, which is very much important, right? Because as a prompt engineer, there are many vacancies for prompt engineers as well. So, and then we look into LLM model, like what are the models are available and how to analyze the outputs, and how to fine tune these, what will be the parameters of these models, and then we'll be quickly jump into the rank concepts, because which is very much important, because every product based company has their own personal data. It is not public available data, so LLMs will not be knowing about that. So definitely they need to have a custom chatbot, so where every company need to build their own chatbots for each domain. So that's where the need of Gen AI developers come into picture, and we'll be discussing more on this, and also the agentic flow, like agentic framework, how the agents will be working with the help of LangChain, LangGraph frameworks, and how CrewAI works, how these agents we can use and build real-time classic applications. As I said, like I'm working in the ABC and the wealth asset management, I do handle a lot of problems every day to day. So we'll be discussing real-time problems which I'm working in my current project, current company, and my current assignment, and also what are the hackathons I have been involved in, and what are the kind of solutions we have built in. We'll be learning more, not only this content whatever is there in this document. There are more things which we're gonna be learning in this session, in this course.
Along this journey, we're gonna talk about what is happening, how it is happening, and I will make sure to make it happen with you. I'm very excited to join this journey along with you guys. This journey is the fast moving area of technology.